Hello, my gamma friends. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Smash Trivia John. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram searching Smash Trivia. I'll be the one with the big old green head in the profile picture. This is the game analysis. Is basically I'm gonna review everything Hulk, all the movies, TV shows, and I also do random geeky films. I hope you enjoy Smash Trivia Presents the Gamma Analysis. I want to ask everyone listening, please do something for me. Please share the hell out of this podcast with all your friends. If you don't, Hulk will be angry. Now let's smash right into this episode. Today's episode is a review of Krampus from 2015 with my friend Billiam from TikTok. And he's also the host of Future Flicks with Billiam podcast. That's how you doing, Billiam?
I'm doing good. It's good to get back in the saddle. I haven't done any content creation the past month, so you know what? You are my first step back into it, and I appreciate you having me on.
I'm always happy to have you on. I'm glad you're able to make the time to do it. And this was a very fun film to watch and watch. Obviously I get to talk about it. I really enjoyed this film. And I hear you're a really big fan of it too.
Oh, I watch it every year.
Uh,
There are a handful of movies we watch, my wife and I watch every year, and this is one of them, especially because Andrew Scott's from Santa Cruz, which I'm in the county of Santa Cruz. And every once in a while there'll be a sighting. People are like, oh, Adam Scott's downtown and he's always really chill, sign autographs, take pictures with people and stuff. But even if I didn't have that, very loose connection, it's still a lot of fun. And I love this
uh,
movie.
oh yeah. I love of Adam Scott. And I do wish though that this movie let him be a little bit more comedic. Since like I love his comedy.
Yeah.
But I still really liked him in this. Is I think all of the cast did a really good job. And especially with a David Kushner, or I think that's how you pronounce his name. I may be wrong, but do you
Yeah,
know who
I've
I'm
never been
talking about?
sure. Yeah, I've never been sure. He's an anchor man and
Yeah.
and yeah, he's been around forever.
Yeah, like the like really the only thing that the only things that I would change if I were making this is I would make it a little bit more comedic, and I also that final scene at the end of the film, I would not have the baby there. I think that that would be a really good way to show that the baby ends up being the actual person that got left behind. And that's why I Krampus was stealing the baby. But then what we actually got in the film, the Krampus takes the baby, and then we just don't know find out anything more about that, and the baby's just back with them in the that final scene.
True, that's a very interesting take because I always just wrote it off as, oh, he's trying to kidnap everyone. The baby is one of them. But it would have been really cool if there's some nefarious subplot revolving around the kid. Or even it could have I think I'm kind of glad they didn't do another Krampus, or if they do another family, but it could have been an opening for an interesting sequel with like, where's the
Yeah.
baby?
Like either that or just simply like since like the grandmother was saying how she got left behind. We assume as we're watching the film that the main kid we're following would be the one that gets left behind. But I think it would be like this cool twist is finding out that the baby was actually the one that Krampus leaves behind because unlike the baby unlike all the rest of them, the baby has not had any kind of chance to lose their Christmas spirit.
True. Now, I just realized something that you and I probably have a different take on the ending, and this is one of the reasons I love this film because it's one of those films that's I think you can interpret it different ways. Like, God, we can't really use Inception as an example anymore because he Christopher Nolan came out and said what happened. But you know, movies like that where we
Hmm.
it's kind of an open ending because the way I view it is that the difference between okay, what's his character's name? Max and his grandma is that Max kind of repented, where maybe the grandma was too
Mm.
scared, she was too young, maybe she didn't think of it, but Max repented, and so the snow globe is kind of Krampus going, "Hey, I'm going to keep an eye on you because you're on my list, but you better stay
Mm.
Christmassy."
I don't like that. It's something that I've been wondering like after watching it, which like this year is the first time I ever watched this film. And I was I'm wondering like what actually is like the situation within that snow globe. Are they is do they just get to live life as normal going forward, or is it constantly Christmas time forevermore? Or and I think that's an interesting idea. If it is
Yeah,
like that is their punishment, and is they have to just celebrate Christmas again and again
forever. Yeah.
forever. Oh,
Um,
and one thing though, like outside, that I think it's really interesting to talk about is the is how whimsical the film is. I love how whimsical this is,
yeah.
and I think that was a really good choice that that other films that take a normally a family friendly a concept like Christmas is a family friendly concept. Um, other horror films don't understand that if you really want to make it something special, keep that whimsy.
Yeah.
Like I really think a big part of why the like Winnie the Pooh horror or does not work arc so well is because they didn't allow it to be whimsical.
That's a really good point.
And like I've been saying for ever since that came out, how I think what a Winnie the Pooh horror film should have been is that it be the day Winnie the Pooh cracked, and it's basically saying that basically a he runs out of honey, and he goes after his friends in the 100 Acre Woods because he thinks one of them ate it only to find out in the end that he ate it himself. I think that's how you do something like that, and you keep all the whimsy feeling of Winnie the Pooh in the 100 Acre Woods, and just give it this absolutely goofy plot. You don't be like, we're gonna set it in the real world. We're not gonna have Winnie the Pooh be whimsical at all. We're gonna make him as dark and serious as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that works nearly as well. And you can and I think like something like what I suggested for as this plot for a Winnie the Pooh horror. I do think that that would have been something well received and people would have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And it's because of that whimsical aspect. And like I would have that Winnie the Pooh literally has a crack in his and on him as if he's made out of porcelain.
Okay.
And like and the reason for that is because there is a Winnie the Pooh book that I had as a kid where the cover of it is Winnie the Pooh looking at himself in a mirror, and though it is technically like a string actually just coming out of him, but the way the visual looks for this the cover of this book, it looks like he has a crack on him, and
Hmm.
I think that that creates like a really cool visual that a visual for it.
Yeah, so he's starting to crack, and then we can see it represented on him
Yeah.
as just say more in your face symbology
Yes.
too. And they
Hmm.
could also have referenced that exact book too,
That's
and like focused on
right. And
on
like
that little
and
string.
then people can like get like a bit of nostalgia from remembering that book, and like I think that could be really cool. And like that is like the biggest thing that I love about this Krampus film is it really does embrace that whimsical
Hmm.
side. I like these gingerbread cookies, these unhinged gingerbread
Yeah.
cookies, they're still so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
I love that about them, and and you know, I haven't seen most of the Ginger Dead Band movies, but but I've seen at least one of those. I saw it was Ginger Dead Band versus Evil Bong. But the but like that does not have the whimsy. Those do not have the whimsy. He's like, even though he's supposed to be a joke character, it's not
Yeah.
whimsical, and I think that's where there's so many horror films just get wrong. On if you're gonna change something into a horror that is normally very kiddie and whimsical, keep the whimsy.
Yeah. This movie always reminds me of Trick or Treat
Mm-hmm. Which
because I think
also was made by the same director.
that's right. Because and I think that really is like literally the tying force between those two. Because I just think, well, okay, what was the director's name? Michael Dougherty. I just think he knows how to do that because
Mm.
this is a good horror. I mean, it's
Oh,
not scary per se, but there's that element of fear throughout
oh
the movie
yeah.
because you feel for
The
these characters.
I the visuals of this film are just so cool to watch. I love when Krampus is just on other or houses, and we see him jumping across them as the girl's running and stuff like that. Like they really understood the visuals of this.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it was probably, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of it was practical effects too. I
Probably,
mean,
I have no
obviously
idea.
some CG, but I think that's what helps it stay. I don't want to say relevant, but it looks good. You know, you don't watch
Hmm.
it and it doesn't feel dated. That's it.
Hmm.
Because it really has this feeling of they look like toys. They look like
I think
gingerbread men.
I think the only way that it feels dated is sign that is not like at all with about the plot of the film or the way things look. The only way it feels dated is the way that it portrays is conservatives,
Mm,
because if it were made today, it would not be the way the um David Kushner's character would not be portrayed the same way.
yeah. Yeah. Because I really felt like they were trying to channel Randy Quaid from Christmas
Oh yeah,
Vacation with
that's
his
exactly what I
character.
felt. I'm like, which I felt like that exact thing as I was watching it, and I was thinking like, as I thought more about, it, I was like, I kind of actually feel like in general, David Koster kind of has a similar energy to Andy
Mhm.
Quaid
Yeah.
in movies at least. At least happily, he's not as insane as Randy Quaid in real life.
Yeah.
but but I think that he does like have like a similar comedy acting style. And this is the first time I realized that as I was watching. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And like they also have a bunch of kids as well. Well, also making it fit with the cousin Eddie comparison. Like
Yeah.
it was yeah. Uh, one thing I found so funny of I in it is when in the character of his wife, is upstairs, is in the attic, and she's going to chase after this clown thing that's trying to get into the vent, and she stops to think of a way to say fuck without saying fuck. Like she
Yeah.
stops to think of the word fudge. I find that so funny because like if she hadn't stopped to think of that and just said "you fucker," or as she ran at him, she probably would have caught him before he
Yeah.
got into the bed.
And saved her daughter, which she was
Yeah.
trying to do.
Like, it's like that's just so funny to me that she took that time just to think of the way to say the word without saying it. Oh man, this yeah.
But
Oh,
I love Toni Collette in this
oh my
because
god.
I think she she does a lot of great work in horror movies. And she's usually not the first one that comes to my mind when I think of horror, but she was in Hereditary, The Sixth Sense. She was in the remake of I almost said Five Nights at Freddy's, the remake of Fright Night. Like she's been in she's been in so much where she's kind of like a Justin Long, where they might not be the first person that comes to mind when you think of the genre, but they've done a lot of work in it.
Yeah, like she's really good in this. Is I think the child actors also did a really good job
Mhm.
in this. Um, I wish that the sister was not killed as so quick.
Yeah.
Because I wish we could have gotten a bit more of her because I enjoyed her personality.
Yeah, her exit in the film kind of felt like, movies that get someone really famous to be in it, lower budget movies get someone recognizable and they kind of find a way to write them off really quick. That's what it kind of felt like because we're building up this relationship between her and her brother. We see that they've kind of been estranged, but that they both want to be closer. And then they ever go to her boyfriend's house and we don't see her again.
Yeah, like it's like I was like I feel like it could have been good to have that happening like a little bit later,
Yeah.
later science. I maybe instead of she going to her boyfriend's house to hang out, she wants to go to her boyfriend's house to see if he's okay. Because obviously if it happened any later, they would have already knew that there was something wrong.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I think that something like that could be nice. Nice, yeah. I think I like the I like the design of Krampus somewhat, but more from or the design when it's from a distance and not when it's close up because I like the more like goatish look and not and less the just old man that you see as his face.
Yeah.
Like that like I'm like I like the idea more that he's a creature and not this is actually a person.
Yeah, it's like a warped Santa Claus
Mm-hmm.
almost. Yeah, but it would be cool like you said because we has these big horns, he has the hooves, and I'm expecting some Beelzebub, some Baphomet
Yeah.
style goat person, and then we get that. I think it's a fine
Mm-hmm.
design. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be opposed to it if they changed it, but
Mm-hmm.
he is still creepy and well done, I
Oh
think.
yeah, absolutely. Earlier you were saying how you were glad that they haven't done more Krampus movies, and I find it funny because like I was actually like playing a Brady up how I find it funny how even though this is Krampus has been a folklore thing for like hundreds of years, after this film came out, only then did other people start making Krampus films,
Yeah,
and there are so many other Krampus films now,
all of those
and
straight
they
to
look
VOD movies.
so
Yeah.
bad. There's like there's Mother Krampus, Grandma Krampus, Sister Krampus is Krampus versus Bigfoot. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
There's
there's
so
and
many
oh,
ridiculous.
what's that one? There's one I see the poster of all the time because I don't know if I see it on Tubi or something, but it's Krampus versus something, or maybe Krampus versus Santa or something. You
I
see,
think I think there's one like that. Let's see, a Krampus versus Santa. I'm not seeing on Google searches. I think it's they call it actually that, but oh, let me look at Tubi because I know they have a lot of them on Tubi.
yeah, because I'm just looking on IMDb,
Like
and it's weird. I
I
see
know
it.
that there is I know that there is like a is a as I said a Krampus versus Bigfoot one because like literally yesterday as I was looking at Tubi I saw that at one, but um like let's see, so we have um looking at the stuff on Tubi right now, and I'm not seeing anyone versus Santa, but I think I know what you're talking about. Is it like a white background with Krampus on like one side and then and like um on the other side, but like a little bit closer to the camera is the other character that he's fighting.
Yes, I found it.
Like
Krampus isn't in the title. It's called A Christmas Horror Story.
yeah, that so I've definitely seen that pop up places. I've never actually watched it though. That like something I like that that kind of face is definitely like what I would have expected instead of this just old man. Yeah, like this is it is really funny to me how many Krampus movies there are now.
Yeah.
Uh though one of the different Krampus films I'm pretty sure actually like they actually came out in 2013, so it was not actually a rip off of this, which is
Oh,
interesting. Like
that
that's
is interesting.
like that's one the only one where I'm like oh like I was actually like kind of surprised by I but like the rest of these just it just goes on and on about out of them. I do find it really funny the idea though of the Krampus versus Bigfoot one, and like then how they just and there's the ones like the mother other Krampus and the sister Krampus and the grandma Krampus, and they're like because it's like they just dressed Krampus up in different clothes. They were like, there you. That's the plot of this film. I'm like, what? How is that a plot? Oh man. There's also a also one called Twas the Night. I and it's and it has Krampus, the gingerbread man, and Jack Frost.
Okay.
Just, uh,
So kind of like a
it's
Rise of the Guardians almost.
apparently it's a anthology thing. So and so it's telling the stories of each of them. I would not be surprised though if like at the end they have all of them showing up together.
Yeah, that wouldn't
uh,
surprise me in the least.
it's like but it's just so funny how many there are there's one thing that's like it's technically not Krampus, but I feel like that they're basically trying to say it's Krampus without saying it's Krampus. It's which is a a film called Werewolf Santa.
I
So it's a
don't know that
Santa
one.
that's so it's a so it it looks like it could absolutely be Krampus with
It
but
does.
I'm like it's just so funny to look at all of these is I'm like I don't think I have interest in watching a single one of them.
But those are the kind of movies you watch when you need something in the background and you know it's going to be terrible.
Mhm.
Like those, I love Tubi so
Oh
much,
yeah.
but it is one of those straight to Tubi movies.
Yeah, I like honestly, Tubi might be my favorite streaming service because I've found so many fun, unique films on there that
Yeah.
I love. I just found another other Tubi, Vikings versus Krampus.
Okay.
That's
Vikings
interesting.
versus Krampus. Yeah, there it is. Okay,
Yeah, that's
that's
a wild one.
that's really
Uh,
interesting.
uh,
Let's look at those images. Okay, yeah. Maybe one night if I just like if I want something to put me to bed or to put me to sleep to.
oh man, yeah. Tubi's like the amount of films I've found on Tubi that I just that I really enjoy always like kind of it's kind of crazy that is like I feel like I find I more films on Tubi that I enjoy than on any other streaming service.
Yeah,
And it's which is sad because all the other streaming services I pay for those.
it's
But
true.
the but Tubi I don't have to. Oh
I
man.
I like it too, just because things are always turning around. Like they'll let the license for something expire, and then they'll renew it or something. And then when a holiday comes around, they'll renew the licenses on a bunch of holiday movies. So
Mhm.
it always seems fresh.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like every few days I will when I open the Tubi app, there will be new films on there that were not on there the day before, or it'll
Yeah.
be I'll be like, oh, that sounds interesting. And, I this is a film that I didn't know of from Tubi, but I found it to watch on Tubi is like a week ago that I really enjoyed. Was is called The Haunted World of El Superbeasto. And it's a Rob Zombie animated film. It's so goofy.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. That looks
And
interesting.
I had a lot of fun watching that. That like, some films I did find on Tubi for the that I watched and loved. Of like I found the film Dave Made a Maze which is so much fun. It's like
It's so good.
honestly the probably the most unique film I've ever watched.
Yeah.
And then like a there's a film I found on there called Satanic Panic that I've been championing for a few years. It's an indie a horror comedy that's like super campy that I love. And then there's one called Vicious Fun on which is about a serial killer support group.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. It's basically it's about this guy who like is a film critic that he accidentally stumbled into a secret self-help group for serial killers, and then they all start going after him while this assassin who goes after serial killers is trying to help him out. It's just so much fun.
So you actually, there's one movie, excuse me, one movie on Tubi that you actually introduced me to that I love, Onyx of Fortuitous and the Talisman of
Yes.
Souls. I loved it so much I had to go buy it. It's on my shelf now. Even though I could
Nice.
watch it on Tubi, I can't lose access to it. It was
Like,
so well done.
yeah, like that film like I didn't find that actually on Tubi when I watched it for the first time, but like that film ever since I found that like I've been in love with it. I'm like, this film feels like it was made for me and my taste.
Yeah.
And I love that feeling. I feel like there's not many films that I get that feeling with watching, but like I do with Onyx Fortuitous. And I also just love that by watching it, you get to support this indie creator.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
the
what really impressed me was that Onyx was not an obnoxious character. He is still very likable, and
I
he's relatable, he's likable.
which
And I think what's his name? Andrew Bowser pulls back
mhm.
just enough from going into the
Oh yeah.
cringe to make him really
Which
good.
I find it which I find interesting. I agree. I love the character of Onyx. I find it interesting though because most of the people that I've talked to about the film, they did find him obnoxious. They did not that like he was like that character was like the one part of it that they were like they did not like so I appreciate that you also really liked it like the character or like this uh the character of Onyx is very much feels like a person that I could absolutely be, and I love that
Yeah.
about him. Uh, the way I actually found out about that film was through TikTok. I was just scrolling along, and I found a video that he made for promoting the film. And it was a goofy skit where he edited the character into different podcasts as
Uh,
and it was like it wasn't like they actually like did new interviews with or something like where he was a part of it. It he literally just edited his character into already existing interviews with other people that podcasts have done, and podcasts that definitely would not approve of this character.
yeah.
Like he had one of them and the one that I really enjoyed the most was this one where it was um Onyx going on a Christian podcast. And the podcasters like is because it was actually the podcast are talking about like a Christian movie like about they were like, oh, this film has all these great morals and all these things, and Onyx was like, I don't think you watched the right movie. This is not my movie. And he's like, I feel like I'm uncomfortable here. This is weird. And I was like, and I just like fell in love with the character from there, and I looked up the movie because the video, like in the description, it was promoting the movie that I found. I was like, oh, I need to watch this when it comes out, and then it came out for me to be able to view it like just a couple weeks later. I was like, this is so me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. It's I I had so much fun with the film because it's a good cast of characters too,
oh yeah.
and it's a familiar story on the base level, just like bare bones, like
Mm-hmm.
people like a magical demon summoning ritual, people involved who don't know what's going on, but there's so much more to it that makes it truly unique.
Oh yeah. And I really wish that Andrew Bowser would be able to make a sequel film because they obviously set it up. Sadly, as it currently stands, and he said that there has not been enough interest is found to be able to make one. and so instead he's continuing the world by creating comics that are set in the world,
Nice.
which that's definitely really cool. But it really saddens me that no studio is seeing the worth of this movie and be like we're gonna fund a sequel, because I think that people would really enjoy a sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. I like because I said about Krampus that, I'm glad they didn't do a sequel or at least one with the same family. I would like a sequel to Onyx. I
Oh yeah,
really would. I would like to see what other
yeah.
kind of mischief he can get into.
I want to see Farah get her chance to be a full villain, and which would
Yeah.
happen in a sequel. It's like yeah. Oh, and I want to see like more adventures with all the rest of those people in the house, us, and see like how those adventures change now that they all have their superpowers
Yeah.
and stuff. Of like um, I don't think though. With Krampus, is anything else we should talk about? Like, I think we've talked about most of the stuff about our Krampus already, but it's a very fun film. But like, I don't think there's like a lot to really talk about with it.
Well, I think the only other thing I could possibly talk about it is that I I am very, unless it's a new film that I'm trying to watch for the first time, I'm very particular about which order I watch my Christmas films based on how Christmassy they are.
Okay.
Krampus, I always save for closer to the holidays because you never forget it's Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just recently watched for the first time A White Christmas, the Bing Crosby movie. It was fantastic, but there's only Christmas in two scenes, the beginning
Mm-hmm.
and the end. Otherwise, there's no hint of
So,
Christmas.
uh, that reminds me of how the other day a Macaulay Culkin said that he doesn't believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie
Oh,
because Christmas is just the setting. It's not actually the plot. That he's like, this could have happened at a party for any holiday. It could be a St. Patrick's Day a party. I just that funny. He, oh, my opinion though about the Die Hard debate is like I don't get why people care so much.
yeah,
Like I'm like, if people want to consider it a Christmas movie and watch it at Christmas, just let them.
yeah,
If they don't want to consider it a Christmas movie and just watch it any time of the year, just let them.
yeah.
Who cares? Like people get so angry about it, and I'm like, why do you care so much?
Yeah. Yeah, I view it as a Christmas movie, but some of my friends don't. I'm like, okay,
Like
uh, yeah, cool. I'll watch it for the holiday.
it's like it's not like it just doesn't matter, or just let people watch it however they want to watch it.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
uh, uh, it's so weird to be like how somehow that became like one of the most opinionated things people have they're like that they act like it's life or death, as whether you agree or disagree about it. Like there are bigger things for us to be arguing about in the world than this.
Yeah, yeah. I have my
uh,
Christmas movie opinions, but if someone disagrees with me, I'm just like, yeah, okay,
you know,
that's fine. Like, there's some classics that I don't like, and I'll talk to someone about it. But if you want to watch them every year, fine, do your thing.
mhm. Like I definitely like better Christmas movies when Christmas is actually about part of the plot and not
Yeah,
just the setting of the film. But like I just really do not care about the debate, and I think it's funny how much people do care. The uh, uh I think the one on film that I would fight people on if anybody ever dared ask, dared say it wasn't a Christmas film, is Anna and the Apocalypse, because like
Oh, that's so good.
yes, like yes, Christmas is not a part of the plot, but it is so ingrained in what that movie is
Yeah,
that unlike something like Die Hard, where it could absolutely be set at any time of the year, it's not the same if you don't set Anna and the Apocalypse at Christmas.
yeah. I
Like that,
I love that film so much.
uh,
It's one of the films that when people want something unique, I bring it up to them. I'm like, look,
yeah,
it's a Christmas zombie musical.
yeah,
It's
you're not
amazing.
gonna find anything else like that.
Yeah.
And I that's one of the reasons I love it too. And like I also just like there's some really great songs in that
Oh, there
that
are.
I love uh and also just like also even if you took out the Christmas aspect of it, there's not a lot of musical horror films, and I
No,
love that.
not at all.
Love that
Yeah.
that concept. I like. I haven't I ain't found any film that's actually like this, but I love want to sometimes see a movie that is a musical that is like just super blood soaked the whole film. I think that something like that could be so much fun and so unhinged,
Yeah.
unhinged to watch. It surprises me that there haven't been people who have tried to make something like that.
It I
Like,
mean it's true because we you can have something around a generally uplifting and festive holiday, and you can have it
mhm.
be bloody. You can have it be over the top. You can have it
like,
be all those things.
like whenever I think about that, I have like a civic scene in my head of that I would want to see. That just sounds amazing. It would literally just it would be um someone walking towards the camera in a room, killing people as they go, singing as they go, and as they kill people, the room just gets filled and filled more and more with blood, coating the walls and stuff
Yeah.
as they're singing. I'm like, that sounds like so much fun.
That does
like
sound pretty fun.
I think what I the sign that I think would make for like really good fun story for that I would be like a it would be an extended version of forgetting the name of it it but um did you ever see a like a few years ago or something it might have been just like a year or two ago when Sabrina Carpenter put out her music video with Jenna Ortega
Oh
where
yeah.
I'm like an extended version of that where they're just repeatedly killing each other in different creative ways as they sing would be so much fun to watch.
It would. It kind of reminds me of something along the a line of just that idea of different, like coming back and doing it again, like Hancock with Will Smith and Charlize Theron, where they're just in
Mhm.
this cycle that keeps going and just things like that. So, and there's a Japanese movie, God, was it zombies or vampires or something called Versus? And it's that thing where it's these two people locked in an internal thing. So you could go more comedic, you could go
Mhm.
musical, you could have Jenna Ortega and Sabrina Carpenter
Uh,
and have it be this over the top bloody. You could have some really interesting kills, and I think it would
oh
be very
yeah,
cool.
yeah, and like and I like they have I have it is that it is like they are a couple and they couple and like but they are they're mortal, so like their way of having fun together is just killing each other repeatedly.
Yeah,
I'm like, that would be so much fun.
kind of like a romance spy versus spy in a way, where
Yeah,
they just keep trying to go after each other and they set traps for
and
each
they're
other and
yeah, but they just happen to be singing the singing at the same time the whole time,
yeah.
and like I think that would be so much fun, and also like by doing this extension of the of that music video, you also give it a chance for it to not just be a Sabrina Carpenter singing, but also Jenna Ortega getting to sing too,
Yeah.
which even though I love that song and I love that video, I wish that Sabrina that Jenna Ortega had gotten to sing a bit in it too.
Yeah. Like had just like a verse or something for the music, like
Yeah.
so like maybe just for the music video version. So when Sabrina tours, she doesn't have to do it every time. But yeah, it
Mhm.
would have been really cool to see that.
Oh yeah. No, even though I don't like, I don't think that this Krampus film needs like a sequel. I do think it is interesting, like to think about this family and like the way that what does go come next for them like we talked about earlier, this possibility that they're just stuck in Christmas forever, or like I feel like there actually could be a fun sequel there, even though it's not
Hmm.
needed. Like
Like
they
Groundhog's
like
Day.
side like yeah, sort of like that, and like they're increasingly getting more angry until they figure out a way to get out of the snow globe and get revenge on Krampus.
Yeah.
Like that could be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, okay. Like a time loop movie kind of thing. I think that could be
Yeah, like
I
they're
could
just
see that. Yeah.
increasingly getting angrier and angry about the concept of the Christmas season, and maybe even they don't actually find a way out of the snow globe, but instead their anger or just builds up enough that it just breaks the snow globe. Could be an
Yeah.
interesting thing.
There is a
Yeah.
lot you could actually do with that. And yeah, so I think if they did do a sequel, something like your idea, like changing it up fully, so not another
Mm,
Krampus coming for them story, I think that would work.
yeah. Like I've always liked this idea, yeah, and I wish more sequels to do this of like in like flipping the script to be instead of it's they're being got they have to they're being chased again. This time they should do the chasing and like I said the babysitter movies on Netflix. I want a third one where where B and whatever the kid's name is, I'm forgetting. And like they go down into hell themselves to take the fight to Satan himself.
Yeah.
Like I think that would be so much fun. On like um I think where I was like where I wanted it to be a situation where the for the sequel the main character is the one that's doing the chasing is and I don't think that's what we're gonna get at now, but ready or not, not like I was like I'm excited for the sequel, but it does kind of sadden me that it's just they're being our main character is being chased again, and this time she just has a sister now out that's with her. I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like it would be more interesting if she went after these rich families this time instead of that another rich family going after her.
That would be cool. Like she sees hints of it like through like maybe at a TV or she's watching someone's interview or something. She's like, wait a minute, I like something sounds familiar about this news story or something. And so she goes like, oh, it's like I have to stop this. I can't let another person go through this.
Yeah, yeah, they make it so that the other people are the ones who are scared now, and that she's got the upper hand, and like I think that would be really fun, and I feel like not a lot of sequels do something like that,
Yeah.
and that kind of saddens me because I'm like I feel like that's much more interesting than let's just do the same story again, but bigger.
So that idea though of like her going after them kind of reminds me of Your Next.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that one
Yeah, I saw that.
where it's initially them like they're being attacked by these outside forces, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, I gotta wreck some face," and then they're like, "Well, oh shit, now we have her
Mm.
coming after us," kind of thing. Like I think that would be
uh,
cool of it being like you said, it being turned on its head. So now we have the bad
mm.
guys, or who should have been the bad guys of the movie, running for their lives because someone's coming after them who already
Oh,
knows
yeah.
their secrets.
You know, like like in the case of like the babysitter movies, it's like I think that would be so much fun on for third movie because we've now had two movies of these characters going after um I think Cole's the name of the kid, and he's
Yeah.
and so now it would make sense to be like, we're not gonna allow them to rise from hell again. We're gonna go down to hell and stop this ourselves. And then and like that's then fun on because then we also get to see a whole film that's set in hell, which you don't get many of, and I think it's such a cool visual to try and do for a film. That it saddens me that that's not something that's done on very often. And also, you then get to cast someone to be this universe's Satan, and I think like there's so many like legendary funny actors that they could get for that. Like I feel like Matthew Lillard would fit this
Oh
universe
God,
really well
that would be.
to be the Satan of this universe.
I was going with someone like Mads Mikkelsen or Peter Stormare, but Matthew Lillard would be fantastic. That is a far
Like
better answer.
like I definitely like want someone who's like comedic, but not but also someone who can be scary
Yeah.
at the same time. I'm and I think that Matthew Lillard has that concept down so much. Like to a point where like when he plays roles that are not that, I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's gonna be in the upcoming in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, and as a crime lord. I'm like, that feels like a waste of his talents.
Yeah.
like, if I wanted on him to join Marvel, but I want him to be some crazy over the top character, not just a random crime lord that Kingpin and has to face off.
Yeah. I'm just excited to see him, but yeah,
Like,
I get what you mean. Something more akin to like his strengths. Not saying he
mm,
can't play this character. I bet you he
mm,
could 100% because he was in
oh,
this year's Life of Chuck playing just a normal dude,
mm,
and he gave a great performance.
oh
But
yeah,
yeah, something a little more over the top for Marvel.
yeah. Something that I think not a lot of people have seen, because it ended up getting canceled. The show ended up getting canceled after one season, but a role that I really liked him in that I think is very underrated is he appeared in the True Lies TV show. So it was based on the True Lies film, but like he appeared in the TV show version as this character called the Wolf, and he's this goofy as hell character who is a sociopath. So he feels nothing for anyone, but he's helping the heroes in it. While also doing some unhinged things. And it's so much fun to watch.
I
Uh,
I don't remember that show. I'm sad I missed it.
yeah, it was not a show that only lasted for one season on CBS. Us and it,
That explains
which
it.
most it's I think most people probably didn't watch it mainly because they were tired of the movie to TV show pipeline and sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I ended up really enjoying it. I mainly decided to watch it because it's one of the stars is Ginger Gonzaga, who played Nikki in the She-Hulk show. And I really
Oh.
liked her in that. So I was like, I want to watch some more stuff she's in, and I saw this was coming out, so I started watching it. And I instantly just started really enjoying it. It is an it's action comedy about a husband and wife who are spies together.
Oh
Like
yeah, her. I remember her in that now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also though I'm like not nearly as big a fan of him, and but I do also like Steve Howie, that who is the male lead in it as well. Uh,
Yeah, this show just went right past me.
Uh, but if you ever want to watch that, that's like a short binge, since it's only one season. And I do definitely recommend that this show, because it is a lot of fun to watch. And like Matthew Lillard, his role, he only is in one episode of it, but he's just so much fun to watch.
All right, I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's everything I need to say for this episode. We went on a lot of tangents about things that were not Krampus, but I like it when we go on tangents on the show.
Oh, it's what makes
Um,
it fun, because you never know where
oh
it's going to
yeah,
go. You never know what
absolutely.
we're going to talk about. I just prep by watching the movie, and I just let the show go where it's going to go.
Yeah. Uh, any final things you'd like to say before we end this off?
Just, I mean, to anyone listening, watch something new for the holidays. I mean, try it. If you've never seen this, do it. Try Anna and the Apocalypse. Of course, Onyx and the
Uh,
Fortuitous, though it's not a Christmas movie. A
it would be
fantastic film.
it would be really fun to get a Christmas film that
Yeah.
about Onyx though.
But for this film, I think it holds up for many reasons, but also because it always reminds you that it's the Christmas season.
Mhm. Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, everyone listening, and please check out Billiam, both on his TikTok page and on his podcast Future Flicks with Billiam. He has a lot of fun stuff on there.
Thank you.
You'll and on his podcast, as I've done a couple of guest appearances now. I also you can and look for those. And just like here, the exact same dynamic. We have a lot of fun talking
It's true.
different things, and we I'm pretty sure went on some tangents on there too. Though I think with your podcast, as we do keep it a bit to a bit more of a structure, since you actually do have a structure to your show, unlike me.
I mean, yeah, but then, well, we from movie to movie, so we stay on track that way. But then one movie will remind us of something, and then we'll go off on something. Then we'll go, okay, next movie, and then we go like that. So there is the hope, there's the dream of structure.
All right. So thank you everyone for listening. If you like this kind of analysis, please give a 5-star review on Apple Podcast or a 5-star rating on Spotify. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the film, so please let me know. If you'd like to listen to more from me, please subscribe. Many more game analysis from me coming, so keep on the lookout. This again is your host, Matt Sherry John, signing off.